Hey everyone, I'm DM Allen, and this week we've got a very special episode. I am stepping away from the DM's position temporarily, and Ben, voice of Kyo, is actually going to take up the mantle. With that, we have a very fun episode in store. We are calling it Twilight in the Tomb of the Owlbear King. If that sounds like a mouthful, it is, and you'll see why. Well, enjoy part 1 of this very special mini-series.
Thank you for coming out for Twilight in the Tomb of the Owlbear King. Our cast of characters is as follows. Pino Presario, a young rock gnome wizard with an entertainer background. Think more abracadabra and less Merlin. Pino is best friends with Noir Daggerstrike. Pino is the less worldly of the pair. Lately there have been rumors of great magic in this land, and while a magician never tells their secrets, there's no rule against spying out others. Noir Daggerstrike, a rogue in bard's clothing. Noir is a hustler and a member of the College of Swords. Where Pino is looking to please the crowd, Noir is looking to cut their purses. Noir feels responsible for his friend, partner, and biggest mark. Noir wields a magic dagger with special properties. A new land means fresh pockets and no bounties. Quiltian, a not-so-mixed half-orc druid of the forest. Quill looks like human and orc parts put together, Mr. Potato style, and feels uncomfortable surrounded by either. Quill talks with the animals, walks with the animals, and shuns the progress of the medieval world. Quill's quills have felt a subtle shift in this land, which has caused fear the balance of nature may tip. Acorn, a dwarvish ranger. Acorn is as lawful as good, and as prideful as long-bearded. He feels at home in the ordered nature of the fields and the carefully cultivated parks and gardens of a dwarf holding. It is a ranger's job to bring law and order to the wild outlands, not to become savages. Recently, the flow of honey to dwarfen meaderies has slowed to a halt, and it's Acorn's duty to right this great evil. Billy Blastovich, an Azamar paladin tasked by glory to root out the darkness of the aberrant and monstrous. Billy is the light that will burn away the shadow, and the people in this troubled land all seem to speak with shadowed tongues. What ill has befallen them to make them this way? Or perhaps, is it a spot that claws away from the rotten core of their seemingly normal facade?
What's Noir's race?
I am human.
It's the only one that doesn't mention a race.
Hi, I'm Acorn. I don't spend a lot of time around people, but I really like the woods, and I got this crossbow, which is a little weird for a dwarf, but you know, I'm pretty good with it, and picked up some pretty cool bolts and stuff, so yeah, it's pretty neat. But yeah, I really like drinking beer, and my favorite meadery doesn't have any honey anymore. And that's a really big problem, so I gotta go figure that out.
Your entertainment is here.
Oh, great, you're doing Alan's voice. That's awesome.
I am Pino Presario, and I've got so many wands, you don't know what one's gonna go off next.
And I reach through like a little hole in my robe, and I pull out a wand.
Oh, he's whipping out his wand.
And I whip it out.
Oh, God.
And I wave it at Acorn. I'm like,
I might use this on you later.
Hey, man,
That sounds
not cool.
rapey.
I'm gonna don't do it.
and boom, make a Christmas save.
Oh man, that's like my worst save. It's a -1. Oh, that's a 9.
You are now scowling for the next hour.
I was scowling before this. Jerk.
Nothing happened.
Your wand's ineffective on me, man.
Is your face stuck in a scowl?
It's stuck in a scowl.
Like, have you ever not scowled before? Have you tried it?
I think
don't
he's
know.
Ron Burgundy, or not Ron Burgundy, Ron Swanson.
I think he experiments with a few different things.
Da, I am Billy Blastovich. I am the light. I will probably talk like this the whole time. Maybe.
Till he gets tired of it.
It might become German at some point.
And out of the shadows steps out another acorn, and this acorn is smiling. There's a minor illusion. And it's mirroring everything that acorn's doing.
My name is Quiltion. I'm a Virgo, and I like long walks at the beach at sunset. I've kind of lived in isolation for the past, few decades, kind of lost count. But I think there's some terrible things going on, so I've decided that I need to do something to save the world. Because if I don't, everyone else is going to die. Because everyone else is useless. I also like mojitos.
Well, that's a given, right?
And just before Noir starts to introduce himself, Pino reaches into his robe and pulls out another wand and stands up on the top of his tippy toes at his 2-foot height and starts waving a wand of conducting, and loud orchestra music starts blaring. And now for the main event.
I would billow out my duster then or something, and I'm just gonna try this accent. We'll see how it goes. Hi, I'm Noir. I like to sit in the crowds and cut purses. I enjoy the high life. I'm very ostentatious and enjoy fine quality things.
I've never heard someone describe themselves as ostentatious.
Yes, I think that's the word.
I think it means he takes your stuff.
Yes.
Hey, man,
and spends it on other things.
You shouldn't do that. That's wrong. It's really wrong.
And when Acorn says that, there goes dun, 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 with the orchestra music.
Noir is the other half of the duo Pinot Noir, which is a traveling magician show. I'd be like the plant, I would think, in the crowd, and while everyone's looking one way, I am the other hand that is disappearing
Stealing from them?
purses. Yes,
Making sure they pay for the show.
that's right. Yes.
We like to make sure that I'm well compensated for my expertise.
Yes. There is no admission charge, but that doesn't mean you'll leave with full pockets.
It's sort of an omission charge, as items of theirs are quickly omitted.
Well, it's including
remitted.
it's including them in on the magical experience, right?
Now you see it, now you don't.
Yes.
I do start to think that I do produce quality entertainment.
And the acorn illusion disappears, and now it's a patchwork illusion of a half orc where the nose keeps moving.
As we begin our adventure, you all find yourself on the same road because there's only one road to where you're going. Pinot and Noir are in their cart, being pulled along with their stage show.
I'm counting through our latest haul, just picking through the coins and separating them for Pinot and myself.
Acorn is riding his trusty battle boar, Chops.
That's right. I totally knew I had a battle boar.
Billy is astride his, war horse, his standard paladin steed in gleaming armor, looking impressive. And Quill shuffles along, caring not for worldly things.
But I shuffle along in style.
As you move along, you bump into each other and you decide to travel as a group because it's safer out there in numbers, and it's a dangerous world. And it's early evening, and a mist is forming up around you, the whole land shrouded, and you smell up ahead. Before you smell the smell of wood smoke and the tart, tangy scent of cooking sauerkraut. As you continue along the road, you find there's a campsite, and it's getting near time to stop. You see a campsite, there's a gypsy wagon, and a fire with a pot cooking some dinner, and you see an odd little gnome and a halfling.
Maybe we should go see what they're doing. Let's go over there.
From my cart, I say, "Hi, what are you doing out in these parts?"
And says, "Well met, my name's Divid, and this is my granddaughter, and I work as a healer, and I'm here because there's trouble." And as he says that, you hear off in the distance there's a soft hoot.
Ooh.
He says, "Foul magic has befallen this area, and I am trying to do what I can to find a cure. But please, come, circle your wagons. Night's going to fall, and night is when the owlbears come out."
Who?
Owlbears.
Owlbear, they're like bears and owls mixed.
Foul monstrosities of dire magic.
They can actually be quite nice if you get to know them, though. I mean, you can't judge everyone based on what they look like.
Noir, have we ever seen any of these at one of my shows?
I ain't seen nothing.
I wouldn't worry, but I've seen them in the woods. They're big, but they mostly keep to themselves, so it's fine.
And he invites you. He says, come inside. Dinner's almost ready." And motions towards the wagon as he's loading up the sauerkraut that he's been making.
Does he have he's got a gypsy wagon then?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I first one in the door. Just
Okay.
I walk in and then sit on whatever plush.
So as soon as the door opens, you realize it's a lot bigger on the inside.
Bum.
It's from the outside it looks like a gypsy wagon for small creatures, but on the inside it's the size of a pretty good sized cottage. It's not like anything too special. It's not like they have extra bedrooms or anything like that, but
This is spacious.
What color is it?
it's blue.
It's blue.
So,
Yeah.
so is this Divid tenant?
Has it got a light on top? Is it like a lantern post?
Yeah,
on
there's
top?
a lantern up top.
There's a lantern.
And there's a strange scribe on the side.
He's even
Looks almost like a P.
He's got a partner rolling around with him too.
Well,
They
if you're
prefer the
familiar
term
with
companion.
I look around for any words etched in the trees saying "bad wolf."
Bum bum bum.
So you come inside, and there's a nice spread laid out. There's ale and coffee and sausage with kraut. You see a plate of pickled beets, roast turnips and sprouts, and a hard bread.
I pop any bottle of wine that's in here.
You see no wine.
No wine?
No wine.
I brought
just
my
ale.
own.
Brought your own.
Half your namesake.
Yes.
And as you're popping that,
It's our own special brand. I like to call it Pinot Noir.
yeah.
It's garbage.
But as you do
It's
that,
prison wine. We make it in a toilet.
as you guys are beginning to get drunk, Divid takes a tasting spoon and tastes the kraut and makes a sour face. And he says, much too sour. He says, none of you would happen to have a cup of sugar, perchance.
No.
No.
And he says,
No.
it's probably safer in these lands that you don't. One can never be too careful with sweets from strangers.
So, what kind of magic has been defiling this land?
He says, this barony of Barovia has been shrouded in trouble. Not far off, maybe an hour's ride, there's the only town in the area, the town of Sweetwater. The water's not so sweet anymore. Or perhaps sweet in a different way than it had been before. It was the top honey producer and flower exporter in the realm, but he doesn't see the traffic he used to.
Is that where your people get their honey from, dwarf?
Yeah.
He says that perhaps it's because they've been without a king for so long, but he doesn't know the root of the troubles. He just makes pleasant conversation after that point. And,
Pino completely ignoring this conversation.
yeah, is he?
Pino's actually playing with his granddaughter,
Okay.
And basically, like, as I approach his granddaughter, like, my hat starts, like, wiggling violently.
Okay.
How old is the granddaughter?
She's a young maiden of, I don't know, the equivalent of 16 to 18 U.S. years.
Okay. U.S. years.
Earth years.
Okay.
Earth
So
years.
she's like 6 and 10 year?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the maturation rate of halflings off the top of my head.
Okay.
But she's a young adult coming into her own.
Okay.
Say it that way.
Just trying to get a visualization.
Yeah, not a child, but not yet old enough to be on her own.
And I pop my hat off, and a bunny springs out of it. And I take the bunny out and hand it to her. I'm like, that's a little weird. And I put the hat back on. It starts wiggling again. I take it off, and a bat flies out of it. Ow.
Is the doctor, or is Divid paying attention to what Pinot is doing?
He doesn't appear to be.
Okay.
And so, as you've come and eaten and that, and it's getting late, he says, I'm sorry, but I don't have room for guests in the wagon, but you should be safe enough in the camp. The owlbears don't like fire.
Yeah, we should probably keep watch anyway.
I don't take up much space.
Do you have a drawing of these owl bears?
Well, I'll draw
like,
you one.
How
I know what owls look
high
like.
do they fly?
He makes a word against evil. and says, higher than they should.
Noir's like picturing an owl that has a bear head.
There's no such thing
And
as
it
too
like
high.
flies around.
It's like the bad sort of owlbear.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna go keep watch, guys.
I'm happy with sleeping
and
outside.
wait.
those of
I'll
you
wake
who
Winnie up
eat, you
in
notice
a
that all the
couple
food
hours.
is salty or sour or bitter in some way. The coffee's especially bitter. The ales, it's a pale ale. It's nicely floral, but it's quite bitter too.
So it seems like the flavor, the like main flavor is
It's
over intense.
well, more like it's avoiding anything that would be like sweet or
Okay.
like especially savory. But he shuffles you out with full bellies. The food's all quite good. It's just the flavoring on it is almost to avoid like what a child's tongue would like.
Tastes
Most-
good to me.
You know how kids like things really sweet.
Yep.
Sugar's awful
Yeah.
anyways.
On my way out, I go, oh, hey, here, have some honey mead. I give him a bottle of honey mead.
And he's like, oh, I'm not. Well, okay.
It's good. You should try it.
You seem
It's really
trustworthy
good.
enough.
Is Divid drinking on anything like this whole time? Like we just hooped it up with him. Was he drinking from like a flask or anything like that? Did he
Well,
partake?
they had dishes. Yeah, he ate.
Okay.
Everybody else, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he imbibed
Yeah.
the alcohols. Okay.
Yeah. He seems strangely sober, given the amount he drank, but you never know with like people with magical carts. And so he sends you out to the campsite, which is a warm, inviting campsite. The mist seems to stay away from the immediate campfire area, and you hear more ominous hoots in the distance and a scream. Don't worry about that. And the door closes, and you hear it click behind you.
I'm gonna do a perimeter check.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk about 100 yards away from camp in a circle. So really far out.
Yeah, it is. It's a big perimeter.
It's a survival of 24. Looking around.
You're looking for strange tracks and stuff like that.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. What you notice with the survival of 24 is that as you get out about 75 yards, at that point, everything seems a little less vibrant. Not that it seems like diseased or anything, but in the immediate campsite area, all the plants seem especially healthy and, just like it's very like a well-groomed garden. It's up to dwarven standards of gardening. And then as you go out, you get more weeds in that. And it's strange that there's a perimeter.
I find a fox in the woods and use animal friendship to talk to it, or sorry, animal speaking.
Speak with animals, yeah.
Speak with animals and ask it if there
what
is
does
anything.
the fox say?
and ask it if there's anything nearby that we should know of or be careful of.
Being a fox, it says there's some bird of prey that have been taking foxes. You know, you always have to keep your eyes to the sky, especially in clearings. And it says also not to drink the water from the main river. Something's wrong with it. Strange things have been happening to some of the other animals.
I thank the fox.
So the fox says back to you, he's like, wait, before you go, I helped you out. Now, can you help me out a bit? You got any fruit?
Can you grease my paws?
I was going to offer it fruit, but foxes, I mean, they're not omnivores, but I couldn't remember if they were carnivores or omnivores. But so yes, I give it a little bit of fruit.
Like, it would have been better if it was grapes, but yeah, they probably would have been sour anyway.
When I get back to camp, I just tell everyone, hey, even the animals say that we should not drink from the river, the main river.
But you're not worried because...
Got an endless decanter of water on me, which I also share with everyone.
I'm drunkenly poking at the fire while whistling a nice tune, just something pleasing to the ears.
Acorn hears a loud explosion from back in the camp.
Oh, what the
As Noir prods the fire, I giggle to myself and go, he's not gonna like this. And I pull out my wand of pyrotechnics. And the next time he pokes at the logs, I fire off a charge of the pyrotechnics directly into the fire. Blowing you on your ass, I'm guessing.
You stupid git!
So, Noir, make a constitution save.
I run back to the camp at that, too.
12.
That was enough to tip you over the edge. You're knocked out. You're just...
Yeah.
You're done for the night.
Okay.
What'd you do?
I'm Z'ing it up.
Yeah, and so Noir snores softly as he has ashes all over his face.
He seems kind of troubled.
One eyebrow's
I
burnt.
say to Pino,
He's not troubled. He saves me from trouble.
So I take it you're going to call it a night at this point? Or?
Yeah, I'm already sleeping.
Did we set up watch? Hey, before everybody turns in, I'll take first watch, but somebody take a watch after me? Like, who should I wake up? Alright.
oh wait, so like we take turns doing this?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's how we did it back in the good old days.
I usually just sleep with one
other
eye
injuries.
open.
I mean,
but-
that's what
The
I do.
worm
I mean-
eye or the
Clutch-
human eye?
Clutching your pillow tight.
Usually that's what I do too when I'm all alone, but we got all these people here. It might be a good idea to have one fully alert person all the time.
Pino pops his
guess.
arms up in the air.
Yeah, you guys figure that out.
And I walk off and pop mage armor on myself.
Take a nap.
My cloak changes colors into basically looks like a cloak of elven kind, effectively. And I curl up in a ball and go down for sleep.
That guy's kind of a dick.
I heard that.
Oh, that guy's kind of a dick.
The night passes without much trouble. You hear some rustling in the woods, but nothing.
No more screams.
Nothing. Just out in the distance, you hear stuff like.
Oh God! Don't do that.
Kind of like out here, you can hear the coyotes sometimes at night. I don't know if you can hear it
It's very
where you
soothing.
live. So, yeah, every once in a while you hear a foul hoot and some creature meeting its end. But you wake up in the morning, the fire's gone out, and you look to the gypsy wagon, and what you see there is the ruins of a gypsy wagon, and the whole place is overgrown, as though nobody's camped there for quite some time. And you hear a soft.
Hey everyone, I'm DM Alan, and this is Roll with Advantage Season 2, Episode 39. We are having a blast with this session. It's absolutely fantastic. Ben has been doing a great job DMing, and it is just a gut buster to play through. If you're enjoying the session, hey, let everybody know. Tell people on Twitter, tell people on Facebook. Feel free to tweet at us at DM's Table and use the hashtag #RollWithAdvantage. Remember, if you haven't already, go out and rate and review us. That's the best way for us to get suggested to new listeners, and it's through the kind words from our community that helps us grow. All right, here's Adam, voice of Bond, to tell you about this week's sponsor.
Hey, thanks, Alan. I'm going to recommend The Blacksmith's Son by Michael G. Manning. It's a lighthearted story following the character Mordecai as he discovers he is no simple blacksmith's son, but rather someone with mysterious magical powers. Where did they come from? How does he use them? But most importantly, how can he save his friends from assassins and noble jerks? If you want to listen to Blacksmith's Son, check out audible.com. They are Amazon's audiobook service and have hundreds of thousands of audiobooks, including some books that you can't get anywhere else. Audiobooks are great for the busy person who doesn't have time to sit down with a book or are looking for a new way to enjoy their favorite story. If you want to listen to one book for free, go to audibletrial.com/RWA.
Yeah, I definitely need to check that book out. All right, let's take a quick second and talk about Incompetech. Incompetech.com is a phenomenal website. It's got brilliant scores. They offer just genius music. You've heard it a ton of times. We hear it through many different podcasts, and we definitely use them in ours. You should give them a good solid listen. That's Incompetech.com. I love using them for prepping adventures because I can find scores in there that get me in the mood and mindset that I need in order to get my DM fuel running. If you don't believe me, here's a quick sample. All right, that's all I've got for you this week. Let's get on with the episode. See you out on the internet, guys. Bye.
I wanna investigate the wagon for 2 bodies. This die is very hard to read.
I told you
that's
it
an
would
8.
be.
All you find in the wagon, you find a note that says to my new friends in an envelope with a seal on it. The seal is in green wax, an emerald green, and it's like the symbol of the enclave, but then there's a dragon around it.
That's awesome.
Do you pop the seal and read the letter, or do you just move on?
Read her up.
I'm mage-handed over.
So
Like,
you
snatch it
open
and
up the
open it.
note, and it says, "Thanks for the mead. Hope you slept well. I'll leave this to you."
Pino, can you fix my hair, please?
And pull out my wand, and loud orchestra music starts playing, which notably would make you start cringing from
Yep.
your hangover. And wrong one. And then I just like point, and your hair becomes like immaculate.
Thank you.
The only way you can look good is by magic.
Well, he does kind of owe me one. Kind of burned my eyebrow off last night. So what happened after I passed out?
Not much.
No?
Those people were ghosts, yo.
What's that letter about?
It says we gotta go kill owlbears.
I'm not sure why we are here.
There's no crowd to play to.
Now, you remember there is a town supposedly an hour's ride over.
I think we need to go there and get some money. You know what I mean. Are you up for a show, Pino?
I'm always up for a show.
Excellent.
Hey, no, hey, you're not gonna do your thing, are you?
What thing?
Thing where you steal money?
No. I'll just be a plant this time.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we'll do...
Plans are good.
Let's do saw the guy in half.
Ooh.
I think Acorn has the right idea. Owlbears seem like shadow in forests. Shadows should be crushed.
He's Colossus. I love it.
So Billy, his winged hussar armor and helm gleam in the morning light.
Well, if we're doing your plan, then you go first. Where are we heading?
Yeah, I'll track them. Let me get some tracks. I'll track them. I'm gonna try and find some owlbear tracks. It's 24 to find owlbear tracks.
Okay, so there are no owlbear tracks in the immediate area. You find tracks of mostly small game, some deer. Most of the tracks that you find are right along the road. You know, anything that would be something different than just a normal forest animal.
Acorn, not to tell you your business, but owlbears fly. I mean, that's what the guy said last night, so...
Are any of the tracks moving at a great speed? So
No, it just seems like
distanced.
normal traffic through the area. More of the tracks, especially like the cart and boot tracks, more of them seem to be older. But then, it seems like the amount of traffic through the area has been decreasing.
Perhaps the town would have more information about where the owlbears come from.
Yeah, I got nothing, guys. We should go somewhere else.
I fall back then. So, I quick grab my disguises out of the cart, and I've got like a bald cap with like a ring hair and like an old big bushy mustache, and I like start graying my eyebrows and stuff like that. I've got my walking stick. Nope, he fixed it. And I've got my walking stick, and I just hold back, and I give you guys a 2-hour head start.
Okay.
So
Head start.
All right,
Yes.
so he's sitting there as you reach town, and so for the first hour, because it's an hour's ride to the town.
I ride in alone, or I walk in alone,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
look like an old man, like a really old man.
So the rest of you're approaching this frontier town, relatively new construction, roughs on board, and that. You see there's a saloon with creaking doors and some tumbleweed, and
They
It's
already creak despite being new.
yes.
It's because of the tumbleweed in the vicinity.
Well, it seems like this area is it's a very this is like a pine forest more than you're coming out of the Ponderosa to some high plains. Think northern Nevada. I don't know if
Okay.
you've ever been to northern Nevada. Anyways, it looks like this town, despite being a lot of it being new, seems rather empty. The buildings aren't like in disrepair. They just seem to be kind of abandoned. And
So we're not seeing people around the town.
there's some people, but not many. You come into the town, you see from one of the, like a general store, a guy comes out. He's an old elf with his ears are really long because elf ears get longer as they get older. He's got wispy white hair, and there's a cart that says flowers, but there are no flowers on it. And he comes out, and he says, "Welcome to Sweetwater. I'm Lorne. I'm the master of greenhouses."
Welcome to Jumanji.
It's like, I'm sorry that we can't give you much of a welcome. Times are tough, but please come. We need business. Travelers are always welcome.
Why don't you have any flowers for sale? Didn't you say you run a greenhouse?
Yes, and you can see there are greenhouses, but you don't see anything in them. That's the troubles, you see. Our apiaries and our flowers are stolen, and townfolk go missing in the night. We don't know what exactly it is, but we think it's the owlbears. And you see, as he says that, you notice that hanging in the windows, there are bags of Brussels sprouts everywhere.
Or dream catchers.
Like
Owlbear repellent.
Yeah.
owlbear repellent. Like garlic for vampires.
Uh-huh.
Brussels sprouts for owlbears. he says.
Why?
Because it's like garlic for vampires. Brussels sprouts are for owlbears.
Why don't you just make fake flowers? That one can do it.
And I point to the druid.
Well, duh.
Her flowers don't even age. Why would you sell the real stuff when magic is so much cooler?
And I send off pyrotechnics into the air. Boom, boom, boom.
I take that as my signal.
Except real
He starts his hour-long trek.
you can eat real flowers. You can, brew potions with them. They have scent.
So these owlbears, where do they nest?
The trouble always comes from the west. And actually, as you look that way, Acorn being a ranger, you look that way and you see tracks upon tracks upon tracks. It's like just plants are knocked over. You see big scratch marks on trees. It's pretty obvious which way they came from.
Hey guys, there's I don't know how I missed it earlier, but there's a big owlbear tracks this way.
It doesn't look like they came as far as where you guys were. They've been coming and ransacking Sweetwater, though, on the regular.
So I have a question for Mr. Greenhouse person. What kind of flowers do you guys grow? Are they budding perennials, or do you guys grow more
They seem to be stealing all the flowers and the bees. And he says, and look what they did to the candy shop. And he points over, and there's this building that's just torn open.
Oh, the humanity! I'm in danger. Where's Noir? My mother always said I was sweet. They seem to want the sweet. Ah!
And I touch myself and mage armor goes off.
I wonder if that's where all my honey went.
I start walking west.
And right as Billy starts heading west, that's right as Noir hits town.
I follow then.
Morning's starting to get to noon at this point, and you're tracking quite easily through the forest, riding your horses and whatnot. And you come up to a clearing, and in this clearing you see trouble afoot. An owlbear and his bugbear minions. Their oily black carapaces shining in the sun like bears with the heads of bucks. And in between them you see a young maiden, her scales like coppers and rubies, red in the sun, wearing a green cloak, clutching a basket. And now we roll initiative.
Yeah, I got an 8. You guys go ahead. I'm gonna
20
focus for a second.
22.
Acorn's just a little
You also-
slow on the uptake.
You can go
He's
first.
a little too chill.
I put the pipe down maybe I shouldn't have had so much.
That's awesome.
And there seems to be one of the bugbears seems to be the boss of the other bugbears, but they all cower from the owlbear, which floats off the ground. An owl head on bare body. Its arms stretched. Bare arms. Yes.
So are we just going through a story that Keo is telling?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, very
Oh,
much.
yeah.
It's-
All right. I'm okay with that. I just want to know what.
What the bleep is going on?
Yeah.
How red are the eyes?
The eyes are a wicked yellow.
Ooh.
A wicked
Alright.
yellow, and they glow,
All right.
even in the sun.
I've got 6.
So Pinot gets to go first. You see this young kobold girl clutching her basket, being bullied by 6 bugbears with an owlbear floating ominously towards it.
Pino puffs out his chest and looks back at the group and puts a wand up in the air and starts waving it. Battle music in the hall of the Goblin King. Bum 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 bum. I think that's the song.
It's Hall of the Mountain King.
I like it.
That's my action.
What's your action? Do you have any bonus action or anything else?
Nope.
Excellent.
Yeah,
I love
this whole
that
thing's
he
very
went
linear,
first.
But so Quill's up next.
With battle music playing.
I cast Spike Growth where all the bugbears are.
Ooh, nasty.
Make sure to not have the maiden.
Now, what's the radius on that?
20-foot radius.
All right, you can hit all the bugbears if you hit the maiden too, but if you're going to try and avoid her, you're going to hit about half the bugbears plus the owlbear.
I'll avoid her, but I'll put it kind of like right by her almost as like a
Yeah, it's just
protective barrier.
they're kind of surrounding her.
That's my turn.
So spikes shoot forth, and
Difficult terrain.
it's difficult terrain.
It's a good
And-
I
spell.
believe they take damage. as it walks through.
2d4 piercing.
Yeah, it's pretty nasty.
What is it? What's
'Cause
the?
you can-
Is there a save on that?
Nope, just for every 5 feet they travel or when they move into or within the area.
Okay, so if they stand still, where they are.
Yeah. So I guess I roll it on their turns.
The chief bugbear, he hasn't noticed you yet. He says he's shaking down the shaking down Red for her basking. He's like, "Listen there, Missy. Give us the goods and we'll let you go." And she says, "No, this is for my grandmother." It's like, "This is your last chance."
Was she previously described as having a red hood?
No, green.
Green
Green
hood,
hood.
but red scales.
So, for one who'd be colorblind, she's wearing a red hood.
Oh, is your character colorblind too?
That just happened, yes. No,
And
no,
he
not
picks
like
her
that.
up, and because of the shift, he takes a step, and you said it was 2d4? And he takes 3 piercing, so he takes a step back and steps right on the spike and realizes, wait a minute, he has been so focused on the goods. There's music playing. And he looks mean, and he looks to the owlbear and says, "It's okay, boss, we got this." And he orders the other ones. He says to the other bugbears, he says, "I got the goods. You take them out." Sar turf.
Man, these beetles sound like a biker gang.
And so their oily black shells click as they begin to move towards you. I'll say one moves 15 feet through, one moves 10 feet through, one moves 5 feet through for the ones that are in. The first one's looking pretty rough, the one that came through all of it. Then the second one, he's taking some untold amount of damage. And the third one. And so those 3 close towards you. The other 3, which are closer, they close towards you too. They can't quite make it in this first round, though, because you were at the far edge of the clearing from them. And then that is their turn. We are to Billy. And Billy, you are on your mount, remember. Unless you want to get off, that's fine too.
Well, that would take time. That's just no fun. So I'm going to move in and attack with my lance. I imagine a charge through, I could hit a couple of them. I have 2 attacks,
Yeah.
so I'd hit one, then another.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to do it that way.
Yep. Well, we'll see about that. Well, that's a 10. That's a 16.
So a 10 is not good enough, but
Okay.
a 16 does pierce the hide of one of them. Yeah.
As a bonus action before I charged, I cast Divine Favor.
Okay. For the extra d4.
19 damage.
19 damage. You skewer him good.
Nice.
You scare him like real good.
It doesn't kill it, but there's a gaping hole in its shell. And then as you pull the lance out, it smacks one of the mandibles, which kind of hangs loose now.
Gross.
How far away is he from me? Just a
They were about 50 feet.
Okay.
My turn?
Yep, it's Acorn's turn.
Alright, so Acorn's like nose to the ground looking at tracks, pipe in mouth. He's like, looks up and goes, oh, there's the owlbear. Okay. Grabs his hand crossbow. He's like, I want to kill that owlbear. Cast Hunter's Mark on the owlbear.
Okay.
That's the smash component. I want to kill that
I
thing.
want to kill that owlbear. Finally, we've made it to the owlbear. And he lets loose with the crossbow.
Okay.
Does a 21 hit the owlbear?
Yes, a 21 definitely hits an owlbear.
Oh, good.
Is it a magical weapon?
It is whatever crossbow I have.
It's a standard bolt.
It is a standard bolt.
Okay.
It's immune.
It's Kio's brain. Who knows what the owlbear has?
Is it immune? That's not good.
It smacks into the owlbear, but the feathers seem to grow in close around it, and it is less effective than you would believe it would normally be.
Do you want me to give you
awesome.
damage?
Yeah.
It's yeah.
All right, so that's 12 piercing damage.
The owlbear takes 6.
From meta knowledge, from how you describe the owlbears in the tree fight, I'm a little scared of what this owlbear can do.
It's probably got a laser eye.
Laser eyes.
The owlbear's head twists around and its flames come out its mouth.
Fuck! Because I have the crossbow thingy, I shoot him again.
What sort of bolt are you using this time?
Oh, standard bolt.
Okay.
That one's 15.
Okay, 15 hits an owlbear.
For 12 points of piercing damage.
It takes 6.
You did one whole attack's worth.
Yeah.
That's alright.
Guys, it's resistant to piercing. It's got good feathers.
It seems to like my music.
Acorn, you know that silvered or magical weapons seem to be more effective against owlbears. You know.
Guys, use silver or
And
magic.
you know that you have to be careful about the wounds. You don't want to catch. It's not like lycanthropy, owlbearcanthropy. I don't know what the term for it is, but yeah.
Also,
Ursa
owlbears are
canthropy?
contagious.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
All right.
But anyways, it's not a hoot.
That one got him. That got him.
So we're on. It's So Acorn just went, and now it's Noir's turn.
Yeah. So I pull out my dagger, which is like softly glowing, and I whip it around like a butterfly knife, and it like unfolds into a longsword, and I start walking towards the fray. And while I'm doing that, I'm beating on my chest and scraping my sword on the ground, creating it's like boom boom ch, boom boom ch, and I say, Bill will fuck you up. And you take a D8 of inspiration, Billy. Okay. I choose not to move all the way to the fray, though. Yeah.
The Frey's gonna choose to move all the way to you.
That's right. In Billy's homeland, the fray comes to you.
All right, so we're to the owlbear's turn. So the owlbear, the bolts pop out. And
This might be tough.
and
Is it healing?
Yeah, it's healing.
Oh, God.
It's an owlbear, Alan. Come on.
And its eyes light with an evil glow.
Oh, God.
And it calls out a terrible shriek. Who dares challenge my realm?
Who dares?
And a laser bolt shoots forth from its eyes at one of the bugbears, sucking forth the life from it, buffing the owlbear.
Oh, shit. Does it just fall down like a dry carapace?
The one that had the broken mandible turns into a husk of a bug. and the owlbear.
This owlbear's not fucking around.
It gets like roid muscles, like it just like.
And then the owlbear breathes fire down at its feet and clears away the spikes
Nice.
around it. And that is the owlbear's turn.
Orchestra music intensifies,
Yeah.
switching to like you hear like
Flight of the
staccato,
Valkyries.
staccato like strings, and the Flight of the Valkyries is now going as the owlbears, showing its true signs. And with my free hand, I reach down into my robe and I produce a wand, and I look down at it. And I'm like, this isn't one of mine. I wonder what it does. And I point at it at the owlbear, and oh shoot! And I roll a D100 to see what the Wand of Wonder does.
Now remember, you have the lucky feet.
What is a 48, sir? 48 is a cloud of 600 oversized butterflies fill a 30-foot radius centered on the target. The area becomes heavily obstructed, and the butterflies remain for 10 minutes. This is totally a Kyo dream. Awesome. So now the bugbear is covered in butterflies.
Covered in butterflies, okay. Now I have to think about what butterflies do to owlbears.
At the very least, they absorb laser attacks.
Yes, at the very least. Yeah.
All right, that's my turn.
Well,
You didn't want me to play a helpful character, did you? When the music's still going, baby.
Illusion wizards are very fun.
Am I able to do a area of attack spell be a 5-foot radius to get more than one enemy?
actually, probably. No, are you going for bugbears or are you going for owlbear?
Whatever I could do that would get more than one enemy.
Well, with the bugbears, you can probably easily hit 3 of them because they're all just rushing together as a group.
And now it's the
They're fireball.
owlbear that has the butterflies?
Owlbear has the butterflies.
Cool, so I wouldn't be
But
hurting
the-
the butterflies.
The main minion, you know, the main, the chief bugbear
Mm-hmm.
is kind of close to the owlbear.
Okay, well,
You know, he's the only one that didn't rush forward.
so I am going to cast Call Lightning.
Call lightning. Okay.
That's a good one.
And I'm going to aim it
it is sunny out.
So you don't get the bonus
says,
damage.
yeah, I know. Yeah, the bonus
just,
won't appear.
Just to let you know, because I did set this up as kind of a dry area.
Yep. So yeah, storm cloud appears. I'm going to have the lightning center to get the 2 or 3 bugbears that I can that are
Okay.
charging forward.
All right.
So they have to make dex saving throws.
Okay, 2 fail.
Sweet.
Pino screams out over the storm.
This is awesome!
Well, this is how the forest fire started.
Smokey,
Decanter of decanter of endless
Smokey
water.
the owlbear comes out like, "Ooh, the fuck lit my forest on fire!"
Only who
That ought to get rid of the
responsible for
weeds.
this?
And that's how the village of Sweetwater was destroyed.
It's by Smokey the bear.
Cleansed. Okay, it was cleansed.
So with my 3d8, I did a whopping 8 points of lightning damage.
Aw, yeah.
3d8s.
8
They're
by
3d10s. 3d10s.
That's like the quarter of what you could have rolled.
I know. Like,
2 ones.
One drops dead. And
Nice.
The other 2 remain.
Called the Orkin Man.
Still got a kid.
So
They're
the
beautiful.
chief bugbear is within the butterfly field, and he's got the little kobold lass grappled, but she bites him, trying to get away. He's like, "These are for my grandmother." So it's going to be a contested. And she bites and tries to escape, but he holds on to her. And he begins to he's prying away the
basket?
the picnic basket. Give me the picnic basket.
Okay, so Yogi is their leader.
Yes. Yes, Yogi Bugbear. And he gets the basket from her and roughly throws her to the ground. You hear a thud as she hits the ground. And an ow! Because she hits a spike.
Oh!
Ouch. But
And dies.
he does not have the movement to get away this turn. The other bugbears continue to rush forward, attacking the closest people. 2 attack Billy. Their morning stars bounce harmlessly off.
Off your gleaming armor.
Yeah, off your gleaming armor.
Boom.
So yeah, that's 2. 1 throws a javelin at the druid who's calling down lightning. Does a 15 hit you? I think he misses. If I remember it, you're at like a 16.
Yep.
Yeah. And the other one tosses a javelin at the evil little wizard.
Oh shit!
It does a 12 hit you?
No, but you hear like the music stops and it's like a screech on the violin. And I put the wand away and I've got like minor illusion. I've got 2-foot long angry eyebrows out from my body
Yeah.
staring up at this point.
And
Fuck
sadly-
you, buddy. Billy?
Do I have 2 targets?
Yeah. Yeah, you can attack. Well, the 2 that hit you, if you know, you're on your horse and you can have it disengage to back up and stab.
Yep. We're going to do that.
Yeah, if you want to do that. Because they're adjacent right now.
14 and 17.
14 does not break.
I am inspired to hit at an 18.
18 and 17. Your bug poker lance hits true on each.
14 on the first one, and
What about did you do your divine?
yeah, that's the
Cool.
and then 14 on the second one.
Nice.
The one seems to be barely clutching onto life.
Barely.
Yes, barely.
Bug barely.
And it is Acorn's turn.
Acorn
Does-
takes his own advice and shoots silver bolts.
Now, crossbow expert, what does that do for like concealment? And
I think he's got his.
It
Is it-
doesn't do anything with concealment.
okay, it's not like
Sharpshooter
spell.
does
Oh,
that.
sharpshooter. All right, that's
Yeah.
what.
Crossbow expert lets him
Yeah.
fire 3
Yeah.
times essentially.
Okay.
Attack, extra
Eh.
attack, and then bonus action attack.
Oh, this is a one-handed weapon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, look at that.
You can
Yeah,
attack
yeah.
twice. You can attack 3 times with it.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
If you use it
Um,
as your bonus action.
Yeah.
Is it going to be difficult to shoot through the butterflies?
Yes.
Probably. He's
It says
heavily
it
obscured.
obscures.
Disadvantage difficult or what?
It's probably
Yeah.
3/4 cover.
Is that
I'd
up
say
his AC?
obscured. I'd say it'd be disadvantage.
Disadvantage?
Yeah. Although bugbear or owlbears, despite their many positive qualities, don't have that great of armor class.
You just want to get within 30 feet because it's a hand crossbow in the range.
Well,
Oh, it's
actually,
only
it says
range with
there's a
short
special
bow.
thing.
oh, he's got a special one?
Yeah.
Nice.
You know the Texas Rangers, how they were the first ones to have the Colt Dragoons?
No,
Yeah.
because I'm not Ben.
Well, the Dwarven Rangers have the big bed.
You know, somebody out there who listens to this in the future,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I know
Yeah.
that.
Actually, they're going to be like, Actually, Ben, it's not the Colt Dragoon. They were the first ones to have the Walker Colts. They had Dragoons later, but they had the Walker Colts first.
Get your facts right,
God,
Ben.
this guy's such a poser.
And that was like the most powerful handgun until there were 357 Magnums.
All right, so
Anyways, back to the show.
God damn it, Ben.
all right,
He
so I'm gonna,
corrected himself.
Yeah, I know, right? That's such a Ben thing to do.
I'll shoot 3 of my silvered bolts. Then go. 16 for the first. That should hit.
That hits.
And you said it was a D4 for you. No, that's just silvered, right? So no extra damage for silvered bolts. All right. Well, that's 9 damage. That's pointy. And then the second one. I don't think an 11's gonna hit.
Oh, yeah. You hear the owlbear caw as it whistles past its head.
Okay. And the third one is 14.
14 will hit.
And another 11 points of silvery piercing damage.
You smell the acrid smell of burning feathers.
Because it's allergic to silver.
Guys, the silver is working.
As it
Smells
hoots out
like
in pain.
chicken.
It hoots out in pain. And it lets a mighty bear roar afterwards.
Nice.
Alright, so it's to Noir.
Um,
You'll pay.
it is the butterfly's rough terrain, essentially.
Obscured.
Obscured, yes,
It
but
could-
I have
well,
a hard time moving through it.
No, they just stay moving with the bear, right?
Well, it's
Or
the object, yeah.
Yeah.
Which would be the bear.
the owlbear.
Okay.
So it's hard to see it because there's freaking butterflies everywhere.
I continue to move forward, and as I'm moving forward, like I'm flicking my blade and flourishing. I get to move 10 feet extra. So I move up to the owlbear if I can, 40 feet of movement.
Yeah, you should be able to get
Okay.
there.
All right, I move up to the owlbear and I use slashing flourish. So that is going to be I'm sorry, no, defensive flourish. That is a 15 to hit.
And 15 hits an owlbear.
Yeah. Okay.
But what about this owlbear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is going to be 5, 6, 7, 8 points of slashing damage with my longsword, and it's magical. I slash at it again. Oh wait, I use more. Sorry, I'm still learning my class. I get to roll my bardic inspiration die. Add 5 more damage to that, and I add 5 to my AC. So anyways, my next attack, my
Defensive
second
flourish.
attack, is a that's gonna hit. That's a 18 and 4 points of damage with the longsword. At the end of my turn, I realize I'm not using the longsword to the best of my abilities and double grip it.
So you are now toe-to-toe with an owlbear whose turn it is. So the owlbear lets out an inhuman noise. Indescribable, even. It's up as close as you are. You can see through the heavily obscured that despite the silver causing lots of damage and your magic weapon working well, the wounds do close a little. And the owlbear's head swivels as it looks for a minion to suck Yeah, to suck life out of, but the lasers just hit butterflies. And it attempts to maul you.
What kind of butterflies are they?
Gigantic ones.
Yes.
But like what breed?
Monarch.
Monarch? Oh, those are poisonous. Did he suck them in?
No.
I imagine he's attacking at disadvantage if it's heavily obstructed.
Yeah.
Visually.
So he bites at you with his bitey beak, and that's definitely going to hit you because that's a 21.
That meets.
21 meets.
Yep. Defensive flourish.
That means it hits.
It means
Yeah,
it
I
hits
know.
you.
I'm just saying
that's
it's not
pretty
that
good.
definite.
He wants
It's
to
just
point out
barely.
how cool he is.
Yeah. That
Okay.
just barely hit.
So he bites you for 11 piercing damage.
Ouch.
And then he claws at you with his
Claws.
claws. Yes. His wicked owlbear claws, which do well. 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Yeah, you're hurting.
You're hurting.
You're hurting, and that's his turn.
Hey, thank you so much for listening. What a fantastic episode. We cannot wait for next week's episode. We hope you stick around to find out what happens next. If you want to find out more about the show, about our characters, or things like that, go check us out on dmstable.com/RWA. DM's Table has got information on how to contact us through Twitter or Facebook or things like that. Go check it out, and we'll see you out on the internet. See ya.